Jim, happy with the point in the end?
Never happy with not winning the game, but yeah, I mean, the way the second half was going, the game was kind of getting away from us a little bit, which I was disappointed with, because we just spoke at half time and how well we played first half. I felt like we were in control of the game. We managed the game particularly well, and we spoke about that at half time, just saying, we're 1-0 up, let's just go easy and not commit too many men forward. And I felt like we did commit too many men forward in the end, and found ourselves getting done on the break a lot in the second half. So we tried to stem that with a couple of the changes that we made, and I suppose with the way the game was going, a point was a fair result. But the draws are killing us at the moment, to be honest with you. We've drawn far too many games, and between now and the end of the season we need to win as many games as we can to try and put some kind of pressure on Livy.
We took the lead, but we couldn't get a second one before half time. That would have made a difference.
Yeah, it would have. It was a fantastic goal, and a really well worked goal. I know people will talk about the strike from tags and a 25-30 yarder, but the way the boys played and switched it from one side to the other was very, very pleasing. There was a lot of good football in the build up to it, and like I said, a fantastic strike from tags. He's got that in his locker, and he's shown that in the past as well. But yeah, the second one would have been nice. That would have killed the game off, but it wasn't to be, unfortunately. It was a difficult place to go at the best of times anyway. The conditions weren't great. The pitch at this time of year is never going to be ideal either. But listen, it is what it is. We take the point and we move on.
You left your ball players out, Hetherington and Flanagan, because of the park?
Not particularly just because of the park. I mean, I've obviously had to make changes. We've got a really, really good squad now. We've got a lot of competition for places, and I picked a team that I thought was good enough to go and win it, and on the first half showing that was the case. But second half, full credit Albion Rovers. So listen, we've got a fantastic squad now, and that's the difficult part of my job now. We're going to try to pick 11 players, because you're always going to be disappointing a few at the other end of it.
Bringing in big Dylan Mackin from Motherwell Friday night late on. Was that one you were chasing for a couple of weeks? Yeah, I made contact with Stephen Craigan, who runs the development squad over there at Motherwell, and I spoke to him in November, late November. We'd had him watched a few times with the 20s, and we were keeping tabs on him, as were a number of other clubs. So delighted that Motherwell chose us over a few of the others who were after him as well. He's not the finished article by any stretch. He's still only 20-year-old. He's got a lot of development still to do. But I'm delighted that Motherwell have chose us to help him with that further development. Young Andrew Wilson coming in for his first start, done well.
Andy was fantastic, yeah, and I had every confidence in him that he would be. Obviously Neil fracture on his finger was a big blow, because he's been one of our best players and most consistent players all season. And then Craig McDill had work commitments, so it was one of those things where, what do? Do you go out and get another keeper on loan for a month, or do you go and get another young keeper? And I was unwilling to bring in another young kid to take the place of my young kid, to be honest with you. I see Andy a couple of nights a week in training. He trains with the first team regularly. He's a fantastic young goalkeeper. He's got bags of potential. He just needs to keep working hard with our goalkeeping coach here, Alan Fraser, and I've got no doubt he'll go on and be a number one for many years to come.
Moving on this week, league leaders come here, play a tough game.
Yeah, listen, Livingston have set the standard for the majority of the season, to be honest with you. They're a very, very good side. They've got some really good experience and some good youth as well in amongst it. I think Dave Hopkin has done really well with his recruitment of that side of things. Listen, they've been the most consistent team in the league, and that just goes without saying. So it's going to be a very, very difficult game, but it's one that we're looking forward to, and it's one that we think we can win, and we'll set a team out to go and be attacking, and a draw is certainly no good to us, so we have to go for the win, and that's what we'll try and do.
Any injury worries? Was that happening?
Steph McCloskey came off, obviously picked up a bad knock on his back, but he probably won't train tonight, and then we hope that with the right treatment and that off of the physios, that he makes a full recovery in time for Saturday.
Anybody else in, or is that you finished?
No, I'm happy now. I mean, I identified those three positions that we filled, and the three guys that came in were the ones that we were after. So I'm very, very grateful to the board and the chairman for backing me in the window, giving me the finances I needed to to get those boys in. And you know, I always said at the time, pointless just bringing people in for the sake of bringing people in. I feel that these guys have added real quality to the squad. I think they've improved us as a squad, and like I said at the beginning, it gives us a real healthy competition for places now, and it keeps everybody on their toes.
You say it's a crazy league every week to us. It just proved that on Saturday. Stennismuir going to Airdrie, Peterhead winning it at home to Queen's Park by numerous goals. You know, it's anybody can beat anybody.
Yeah, listen, it's a really strange league, and we know that, and you know, we know how important the consistency is, and that's what I spoke about with regards to Livingston. You know, they seem to just go and get the job done regardless. So yeah, I mean, you know, nobody foreseen Stenny beating Airdrie a few weeks ago, 5-2 or whatever it was, and I don't think anybody saw that one coming at the weekend. I think if you know, Stenny probably wish they could play Airdrie every week by going off the last 2 games. So, but look, that's just the way the game is. You know, there is no easy games in this league. It's as simple as that, and you have to be at your best. The concentration levels have to be high. You have to be organised and committed every single game that you play in this league, because anyone is capable of beating anyone.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.